The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. How you guys doing?
Okay. We gon' pull up in some Tahoes. Fill with my niggas and bitches. They don't get money, the motto. Shredding waves like I'm Otto. Full pockets filled up with money. Feeling like I hit the lotto. Okay. Flexing on all these bitches. Black shirt. Johnny
What's
Bro.
up? What is up? After a whole 5 weeks of not being able to record, not being able to record, but getting my YouTube set up and putting some stuff out. So, hey guys, what's up? I'm Dylan Wall, and I'm back with StyleBeasting Podcast, episode 118, and let's jump into it.
I say what's up? Man, sit your ass down.
So, I took that little 6 week sabbatical so I can restructure the podcast in the sense of not just having it on one platform, just being one dimensional. I had to be multifaceted, so I had to have
That's a great idea.
multiple platforms that I have, so I could just have it on everything. So I was on YouTube randomly, and I found a video for RSS.com, and I found a way to put my podcast on Spotify. What else was it? YouTube, Samsung, listen to Amazon Music. I've got it on a lot of distribution sites so I can have it. I don't have it on Apple Music yet, but I'm having a lot more episodes out, and I'm really happy that I'm actually getting stuff out, because now that I'm on YouTube now, I can see what people like, and I can see what people are, I won't say expecting, but what their favorite is. And I'm strangely surprised that a lot of people are looking at it, and I was like, damn, I ain't expect that. But the YouTube's up and 100% running.
That's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get it out, because I don't know, I just wasn't. It's not that I didn't know how to make videos on YouTube or put them on YouTube. It was, I guess, the setup and having the memory for it and all that. But with the RSS.com, it puts it out for me. All I gotta do is just put all the podcast info from the SoundCloud into there, and it runs through it. Now that's what really took a lot of time, because I had to go in, read that, because I initially thought I had all the episodes in my computer or on my hard drive. Turns to find out I didn't. So I had to get the mix downs. I don't have any, I believe, any of the episodes I just worked on. I don't have any of the works in progress, the raws I just was talking on and I didn't edit. I don't have none of those, but I have a couple of them. And it's bruh, I lost a lot of work again, because I had to pull all my stuff on iCloud, which I didn't know I did. And I had to
fucking dummy, stupid ass nigga,
turn off iCloud so I could see what I had on my computer, on just the computer. Turns out I didn't have anything almost, really. So it's not a complete start over. I still have all the files on my hard drive, even though it's not all the edited versions. I still have the mixed down versions I have, but this is a brand new start for me now, and I think I kind of like it like that, because it allows me to go forward with a new horizon. Because just having my stuff on SoundCloud for these last 2-3 years, it was cool, but it was just a ending plateau, if you catch my drift. But with me putting my stuff on multiple platforms, it's a new horizon to have different people come in, different people see. Because I already had a couple people comment that are liking the videos and checking them out, which I'm like really happy for, because that's all I really want is the people to just digest the content. I don't want to be like I'm not trying to be the best podcaster in the world. My goal is really just to have a mini therapy session with you guys and like to talk to you guys about the stuff I like or the stuff I find out or shit, the funny stuff I see. And we could go back and forth in the comment section and talk it out. Or if I'm confused, we can always have a conversation. And now that I actually have like a comment section, I can actually talk to my people who like my stuff. So I'm on YouTube, StyleBeasting Podcast on YouTube, on all DSPs except except iTunes yet. I'm leveling up, and this new season is going to be even better than last ones. So I appreciate you guys listening, and I'm not ending it here. I'm just saying thank you guys for like really sticking through and like listening and sharing my stuff. It means a lot to me. I know I say that a lot, but I really do appreciate it. But with this new season of the podcast, I have a lot of stuff that I might have to edit out. So a lot of the music / audio clips I have, I might have to change because putting it on YouTube, a lot of stuff got copyrighted. And because I'm not like booming yet, it's not going to harm me in the monetization field. But going in from now on, there might be some changes to the audio clips. Not all of them, but a good number. So, and thanks to YouTube's new copyright eraser system, that thank God they just have it. So let's say I put the podcast in and I have Drake playing. You can go in and change the song or erase that part of where Drake's at completely from the video audio. So, or the audio if you want to keep the visuals, it'll get rid of that part. So I see where YouTube's getting better with their stuff, because normally it would have just been like, oh, it's out, you fucked. But with these, and I don't want to say it was with the death of the YouTube, I forgot, what's that lady's name? Because from here on out, I'm probably going, and that's another thing I'm going to stop too. I'm going to stop just guessing. I'm actually going to like look a lot of this stuff up.
Yes, sir.
Not saying I just be saying shit off the hip all the time, but there's sometimes I'll be off the hip. YouTube CEO dies. Susan Wakiki passed away after a 2-year battle with lung cancer. She was 56. So when I saw that, I was super like taken aback, because I'm like, damn. Like, I don't remember this. I don't remember her even speaking on this. That's how crazy that is. Because I'm like, okay. She would, because when she first started, I don't even think she mentioned herself being sick. But seeing how after, I want to say like the first year of her being on this YouTube CEO, she wasn't as vocal as she once was. So I'm guessing that was when she found out, because if she was just battling for 2 years, she just became CEO of YouTube probably like 3 years ago. So it wasn't she joined the YouTube CEO with cancer and was still going crazy and still working while that. It was just like, I didn't know where she had it. But even with her harshities when on YouTube, I still don't want to be a part of that elk that's shitting on. I don't think people were shitting on her. I think people were giving her the grace of passing away with respect. Because normally, if you did some, like, I won't say fuck shit, but if you were doing some lame shit when you were alive, niggas gonna chastise you when you're dead. Which I'm glad nobody really did, or that I seen. It was many people saying rest in peace or sorry for your loss type shit.
Thank you very, very much.
Because I understand why people talk shit about the dead if they were like lames or they did some whack shit, or whether it's nasty in general. Like if you did some nasty, like I always say, if you did some nasty shit, like if you are R. Kelly, chances are niggas want to clown you when you did. But if you're just like, you were just a douche that was, I'm not calling her a douche. I'm saying if you were a douche that just owned like a corporation that you did, that people kept on getting mad that you kept on changing shit, yeah, then that's nothing to be really an asshole about. Like you could say it. I prefer people say it to themselves, but knowing the freedom of speech, you niggas want to say whatever on the internet or whatever. But yeah, rest in peace to that lady. Let's see. What else is that? What else? Because I've been gone for a while. I'm not going to review all the old weird shit that happened.
Me bomba.
The only thing I'm probably going to review that's like a little bit old is Trump getting shot at, and as elections is starting up. So yeah, there's a lot of shit going on with Kamala Harris going for presidency as the first Black Asian woman to go for presidency against Donald Trump. And the reason why is because Biden, like weeks ago, wrote a letter saying, hey, I'm tapping out and I'm getting out this presidential race. And people were mad at it, in which I was strangely confused about, because myself included, people made reference that he's really old, that he shouldn't be doing it. And like people are like, why'd you back out? You should have fought. You should have like fought him. But nigga, if I knew I was gonna lose and I'm not mentally ready to go through that, I'm gonna buy out. And that's why, and that's another thing why people during elections get dumber, because they start saying shit that like makes no damn sense. The mass populace of people said,
"We need to leave that dope alone.
Let's lower the age of being a president, because being 85 or 86 years old being president is crazy. Like there's no way your mental faculties can hold up 4 to 8 years dealing with all the stress of America and other bullshit. No, there's no way, including with all the like stuff happening to people when they get older. There's no way you could handle all that.
This old ass nigga, man.
And shit, Biden is older than Obama. So that tells you like, hey, and Obama look old as fuck now. So it's like, yeah, we're going to have to lower that. So I understand that and I respect it too, because you got to know when to bow out.
How it feel to be a real nigga.
If you know that, hey, I'm not going to do anybody no good being up here and being an old crotchety old man, hey, it's time to bow. I'm getting out of this. Now, with Kamala and Trump running for president, it's separated us once again. One side is not, well, I won't even say that it's her being a woman this time around. It's her, well, from the right, her lack of concern of border control, criminals, and like other issues. But if we look on Trump's side, Trump's using that whole murder of that woman on by those illegal immigrants to push the narrative that they need to close the border, which other countries are closing their borders to some Americans too. So yeah, he's using that as a goal. Because if you watch because they did an interview with the families that were affected by it, and if you look how Trump is standing, his body posture reads as in, I just bought this lady out just to say this shit, because I think she's Hispanic. One lady's white, and the other one's Hispanic. And she said, believe in Trump. And in my head, I'm like,
right hand on the Bible. God can strike me down if I'm lying. That motherfucker's cheating. Take my word.
And trust me, I understand border control, and I'm understanding all that. But the perception of it is just nasty. It just looks like as Trump is just like he's using it. He's just using it to push the narrative to create a wall to separate us even further. And I know Kamala has her. She's not the squeakiest of cleanest people. I know that. We all have a past. Now, is she worse than Trump? No. Is she soft on crime? As my research has shown and seeing the videos that have she speak on it, nah, this lady is straight up like she might as well be Batman.
Oh, what your ass say, Batman?
And a lot of people made that reference joke that Kamala Harris is just Batman as a woman. And I'm like, okay, I seen her views on jail and seen her heard her views on criminal based offenses. So I'm like, okay, I know Trump is super evil. Now, there is a bunch of people of my color or a little bit lighter that'll vote for Trump. And like I said years ago, your choice is your choice. As a nation that's already divided by less shit other than election, this is probably the least. This is less imperative of us splitting us apart instead of us coming together for a singular goal. Now, I understand political views is a huge hot button around this time of the year, but I want to advise people to not let politics divide us further than they already have. Yes, our views on certain stuff may be different and may be askew or maybe aren't askew depending on where we are or who we are. But I plead to you to get the full facts and understand instead of just running off with the least amount of facts or just one-worded sentences and just fly off the hinge. Now, I'm voting for Kamala. I know there's gonna be some intellectual hotep niggas that are like, oh, come on, you don't vote for anybody. It doesn't matter. It's all a ploy and all that other stuff. And I can see on both sides. Yes, you could say maybe there is an agenda that the presidency is already chosen, and our votes don't really mean much or nothing. But there's also something our forefathers fought for, and I'm speaking to the black people, well, people of color in general. Now, our forefathers and mothers that fought for our rights to vote in general at all, and for the women who could shoot, black men could vote before black women could vote. Hold on, I'm trying to think. Women's. No, I want to add back. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that woman propaganda of, well, not propaganda, the uprising of when all the men went to World War II and the women had to pick up the slack that all the men are gone around that time. I don't know if that was predicated to black and white women or just white women. More or less probably white women because it was a white woman on cover. So I'm not going to fully say it was towards all women for them to be equal, but it was a turning point for women. So if it was for all women, it was that when the turning point started switching. But being able to vote and being able to have your opinion matter changes things, because it's not just my quiet voice or my decision doesn't matter. Now, you could believe what you want. I can't tell you what to believe, and I can't tell you, I'm not trying to stir people to do what they don't want to do. Do what you want. At the end of the day, it's your choice and your responsibility to make a decision for yourself. And that's up to you. But me personally, I want to at least be responsible for my decision. And I'm not saying I'm like the most Hotep or blackest nigga in the world, mentally wise, not physically wise, not outside wise, mentally, in knowing the in and out works of black history or the systematic discrepancies that black Americans go through or black people in general go through. But I am, this time around on the pod, you're going to see a more, not naivete Potter, but a more greener pastures, but with intelligence. And by what I mean is viewing greener pastures are on the way, but not being ignorant to know that my house, that the grass is burning and I need to put it out. If you catch my drift, if that makes sense at all.
You were wrong.
That probably doesn't make any sense at all, but you know what I'm talking about.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
But yeah, this is a different mindset of going on. Now, I still ain't changed that much from, not saying that I'm not trying to be different. It was, I don't know. I think I'm not becoming a better Delton in a sense, but I think I'm evolving. I'm still who I am to the core, but I'm evolving as a person and understanding myself a little bit more. And there's nothing wrong with that. But other than self-evaluation of me and the future of the pod, let's start getting into the pod, really. And I want to start with, there's been an influx of how to catch a predator videos by this. It's not Chris Hansen that's doing it. It's by this new guy named Valetti, I want to say. And like, let me start. Well, it wasn't him that has been doing this. It's been like some random guys that go out who go out and not find, but like pretend to be kids online, get the pedophiles in person, and either beat them up or like put the camera in their face to show who they are. And there's been a mass influx of that recently in the past couple of weeks. And it got my mind thinking, heaven forbid that the predators don't have a weapon or gun on them. Thank God, bro. Because, yeah, I think it was a video of a predator going to a kid's house and the police was there and he had a gun on him. And when they tried to fight for the gun, they pushed him off and killed the dude. Like, they shot that dude up. And it's like, I want people to understand that some of these predator guys are crazy, and the chance of them having a knife or a gun is pretty high because they're already creeps by going to an underage kid's house anyways. But I want you guys to stop trying to be Batman, because heaven forbid that these predator niggas knock you guys the fuck out or harm you. It's not going to be their fault. Well, it is going to be their fault, but you just went out there and started looking for shit. And this dude named Validio, I want to say, he had like a bunch of rappers come in and attack like pedophiles. I think the gang was in it, and he threw milkshake and eggs on them. I think Akon was with him, and he was singing Locked Up. And me personally, it just looks lame because, well, for one, the gang was dating India Love when she was 17 and he was like 30. So niggas was already calling him a predator. And it just puts the artist in like this weird predicament of like, if shit goes left, you're right there. And I guess trying to stand on we don't deal with pedophilia, which everybody pretty much really doesn't anyways. But I guess, I don't know, I feel like ever since Not Like Us came out, everybody's trying to like show that they're not a predator in some sort of way, because if Drake got called out, and even though none of the court, he didn't go to court or get judged by his peers that he is a pedo, there's been a recent influx of people trying to like not make themselves look like a bad guy, which I understand, but at the same time, a lot of this shit's being forced. Like, Yeah, okay. Most good people aren't going to stand for assault or abuse. Yeah, that's how most good people are. And I don't know, man. Like, I just really feel like you should leave that to like the professionals. It shouldn't be like. Now I understand like Cheaters was around and Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen, like, he made this shit a livelihood. He wasn't. I don't think he was trying to do it for the like shits and giggles and to like be popular. Like that nigga was trying to like stop niggas from being nasty. And you got fuck with it. Like you got like I fuck with Chris Hansen. Like that nigga won't play in none of that shit. He got what niggas was trying to do. He got niggas that were trying to be nasty and said fuck that shit. We ain't doing that. And I respect it. So hey, please keep doing good work, but let's not include rappers or musicians in it. Let the police or people who are qualified to handle that. And speaking on Predators, Alien is that new Alien Romulus movie is out, and apparently there's like the last 30 minutes of the movie is like super fucking crazy. I don't know yet because I don't like Alien, but I do want to figure out what the fuck it is. And the reason why I low-key put this behind the whole child predator thing, the person who made Prey, which was dealing with a Native American fighting a predator, is going to do the same thing, but with the aliens. So Prey was a really good movie. Now, how they do that with Alien, I don't know, but it seemed like it's going to do well because Prey was good. So I don't know. I think we're in the rebooting of Aliens and Predator. Well, Prey was probably, I want to say a reboot because I know they're coming out with another Predator movie, but it's going to be in, I want to say England or some shit like that. Or I think, matter of fact, no, I'm wrong. It's going to follow the Predator 2 timeline. Like, next, we're going to see where Predator got that gun. So, the same gun that was given in Predator 2. So, we might get that soon. Or that, yeah, we might get that soon. But, speaking on Hunt and Prey, Monster Hunter came out with Monster Hunter Wild came out with a new trailer showing monsters, all 14 weapons, and the creators live streamed an hour and 15 minutes. I think that they did a hunt of one of the Apex monsters. Boy, let me tell you this. They made Monster Hunter better than what World was. Now I only played what's I'm mad as fuck. I can't remember that damn Monster Hunter game. Monster Hunter Rise. I only played a little bit of it. I didn't like the layout of it because going from World to Iceborne wasn't that big of a deal because it was the same game. But going from Iceborne to Rise was a big jump because it went from console to handheld, and because of the whole like Switch having like weird button outputs, it was weird getting like the silk string combos with the other stuff. But it was still a good game nonetheless. The monster was cool, but it just wasn't my cup of tea when I was playing it. But seeing all the stuff they did with Wild, with them changing how their weapons work. Well, I won't say changing how they work in the sense of they added more to them. Like, I think they gave the Lance like an uppercut counter. I think they gave the dual swords another demon aura. The bow and arrows is way I think that literally the bow and arrow and the insect glaive, where it allows you just to be very mobile, is probably the most mobile I've seen ever. And I think the dual blade, The dual blades is way literally like this. All the ender combo attacks that people were doing at World and Rise are basic attacks now. As in the helm splitter with the long sword, it has a different animation for the drop when you do the helm splitter. So you could go into it differently. Now, I think the heavy bow gun, all the weapons are different. Everything's better. You could carry 2 main weapons on you when you're riding your Chocobo bird. It's a really, really, really good game. Your creative character has a voice and not just a silent person. Like, there's a lot, like, this Monster Hunter Wild game is going to be some good shit on. Now, there's probably only like one monster that I'm like hyped for, and it's like the lightning railgun dragon. And other than that, the other monsters are fine. The rose spider, I'm not the biggest fan of spiders, so I'm like, okay. The frog looking thing, that just looks like you're gonna be bulling it like the great jaguars and Monster Hunter World. That ground snake thing that spits oil at you, I'm like, and the bear thing, I'm like, on. Now there are hints on what other monsters we're gonna get because of when we saw the weapons, we saw different skins on the weapon. Because when you just kill a monster, you can change your weapon depending on what you have, or depending on what monster you kill. Or let's say I kill like some flaming lightning cat, I can put that flaming lightning cat like skin or parts from it and turn that weapon to set that. So there's a lot of stuff that we've seen, because I think on the charge blade, before we saw that spider, we saw the spider charge blade. So I'm guessing that's from that rose spider that we see. So I'm wondering what other stuff we're going to see, because they also announced that because in regular monster, in the old Monster Hunter, there used to be male and female armor. Now in this one, it's just armor. So there's no gender armor. Like, you can wear whatever the fuck you want. And that's cool, because some people want to wear this kind of armor, and the ladies can actually wear like heavy duty monster armor, like the nigger from Shangri-La Frontier. Like, you could walk around like that giant samurai thing. You could walk around like that. So Monster Hunter Monster Hunter Wild is wild, no pun intended. And all the stuff they have is really good. Now, them not telling us a release date tells us that we're going to get more monsters. And if they treat this game like they treated Iceborne, we're getting a lot of monsters. In Rise 2, we're getting a lot of costumes, a lot of DLC, a lot of weapons, weapon upgrades, and like weapon stuff like they did. But I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter. Now, I haven't played every Monster Hunter, but I'm a big fan nonetheless. So, yeah. And still speaking on games, Black Wukong is finally out. And sitting down watching it, I can see why the developers said they're not going for a Souls-like game. But even though it still has DMs, like, it still looks like a Souls game because of like the traversal and the monsters, but it has more of a DMC fighting style. And I honestly wouldn't mind that, even though there's still a stamina bar. I'm still hyped for it, because seeing all the mechanics for it and all the stuff for it, even though it still is not a Souls-like, it still gives me a DMC Souls-like, which I'm hyped for nonetheless, because with this fighting I've seen for the game, like the combat wise, I'm sold. Like the UI, the HUD, everything else is good. Like the upgrades, all that shit is cool. But if the fighting ain't good, I don't even want to look at that game. And thank God it's not bad, because it's really fucking good, and I'm happy that it looks that great. Now, people are giving it low review scores, and I think people are hating on the game because of like the difficulty of it, because it still is. It still is a somewhat difficult game, but it's not like the most difficult game you ever played. It is, if you played DMC games before, Devil May Cry games before, or games where you had to parry, dodge a lot, this should be right up your alley. This should be right up your alley. But that's it for the first part. Let's get into the music category.
I am the music.
So before we get into the Drake 100 gigs, I'm gonna get into the Tyler Creator interview he had with what's that dude's name? Let me go look it up. Yeah, Spring Hill's interview. Yeah, Spring Hill's interview with Tyler Creator, and he was speaking on how certain artists, aren't doing it for the music; they're just doing it for the money, and they're not showing consideration or care for the art form. Now, what he said is true. There are some people who are just doing it for the money and not do it for the art. But I want to give Tyler some pushback. Now, I'm not saying, but when he was out, before he cleaned himself up, he wasn't making music that was art worthy. Now, the beginnings, some of it wasn't art worthy. Goblin, I'll say like around the Odd Future tape, that's when stuff started changing a little bit. But in Tyler Creator's around that time, I'll say like his content and music changed, but it wasn't until like let me look at this album, because now I gotta figure out which album it was. It was the album that literally changed him. Damn it, Flower Boy. That's the album that changed him. Because it went from, actually, let me do math. Okay, so 2013 was when he started changing. 17 on is when he started becoming a whole different man. Igor was a whole different flip of a artist, I'll say. That's when he started getting to his artistry shit and started doing the Andre 3000 shit, where he was just wearing like those wigs and like those jumpers that said some, I don't know. It was when after he stopped messing with Erykah Badu, when he started becoming a whole different man and started wearing like baggy clothes and started dressing like almost like Common. Like around that time when Tyler Creator started switching up his outfits, that's when he became a different person. Cause he stopped doing the Loiter Squad when he was just doing some fuck shit. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, as in, you gotta give these guys time to grow. Because at first, niggas won't bump in Tyler Creator until he became Igor. Well, the non-casual fan was still bumping Tyler the Creator. If you were a Tyler the Creator fan, you were still bumping Tyler the Creator. But if you were just like some nigga who didn't listen to Tyler the Creator and you were just a person on the sideline, when Igor came out, it completely flipped the script of what he was as an artist. And that's why I really fuck with it, because I heard the album, I'm like, this is the same nigga who made Goblin? Like, it's a whole different change. And that took you like damn near, you low key like 4 or 5 years to become a different person. So when he was speaking on Ian, that new white boy that just came out, give him time. Now he may sound like he just want to just be a copycat, which he doesn't sound like Future or Gucci Mane at all when he was trying to say he was trying to copy him, because even when I was listening to it, it didn't sound like no Future. And Tyler, I'm also gonna give you some major pushback. Your man DJ Drama produced that album. The same nigga who produced your album. So you're going to have to look at DJ Drama crazy. Because if DJ Drama let that slide, that speaks volumes on your behalf, because he produced yours too. So is DJ Drama out for the money, not for the art? So you got to know, and I'm not saying Ty Creator wasn't smart enough to know that, hey, DJ Drama did it, but you got to look at all directions. If your man's and DJ, if you made an album with DJ Drama and you're not a DJ Drama artist, as in not like, you're not signed to DJ Drama, you're not one of those artists that was like on DJ Drama's radar to make an album, it's going to fly off your head. But knowing that Tyler the Creator said in an interview that DJ Drama was like a great, he's his favorite producer. Well, I won't say favorite. When his mixtape days, he was shitting on niggas. Like, it was great. Like I'm not here to shit on DJ Drama because I love DJ Drama. DJ Drama be working. Like, DJ Drama, like, Mr. Thanksgiving. Like, that nigga, when you heard Mr. Thanksgiving, just know shit was going to hit the fan. So I would give Ian some leeway, not a whole lot, but I wouldn't say that he's a clone because, like I said, doesn't sound nothing like him. And I will be on the side of he is sound like an old nigga because just like how niggas was shitting on Tyler Creator for being a young nigga just doing wild shit or just being an asshole or just being a piece of shit. You gotta give people a chance to grow, and that's why I'll let Ian slide. Because him and Yachty on this new song, that was kind of hard, so I was like, okay. Apart from his album, which I didn't like at all, that song sound good. But speaking on changing the dialogue, Drake dropped 100 gigs, which had like music, videos from like the recent albums he did. I think it was the lady who was singing on Take Care. They had her full performance out with just her recording. It was like a whole bunch of videos and stuff that he was doing, like when he got the pink coat from Cameron, and he said, "Oh man, feels I'm beefing with Hove now." So it was just a whole bunch of stuff in there, and it was like some Lucy's in there that he just dropped that his label company made into like actual songs that put out, because originally niggas didn't think they was gonna put this out, but as foreseen, his record label put him out. And I didn't listen to songs because I don't know, I just don't feel like they're like, he put them out there just so they could sound good. Now, there is some music that dropped today besides that 100 gigs. I think Benji Bluebills dropped an album mixtape. Being the Butcher and Drake finally dropped that Buffalo freestyle that niggas been waiting on for 3 years. I think tomorrow Enunciate drops that Girls Gone Wild song. BLP Kosher dropped Scarecrow the album. Lotto dropped that Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Baby Kia and Laser Dim dropped. Cash Cobain is dropping. So a lot of people is dropping music this week. But getting back to the Drake, a lot of people was like still on the fence about Drake because these songs were good. And a lot of people were just like, oh, you running back to Atlanta, just like Kendrick said. But I was like, man, whatever. Y'all niggas just dicking Kendrick at this point. The songs were straight. They wasn't like changing the narrative as in like the songs itself. It was the culmination of all the stuff that Drake's did over the years. Just like, oh shit, this nigga's still that nigga. Like all the songs that we love by him, we get to see, like, I want to say the evolution of Drake. And like, I didn't download the 100 gigs because I like Drake, but I'm not invested in like downloading all those videos just to watch him like give us the scoop of like how he is an artist. Like, I'm cool on that. Like, I like Drake, but I'm not like gonna download that shit. I might find it and may download it, but who knows? But within that, Drake still dropped. Drake is probably rumored to drop. Not this year because Kendrick's probably going to drop sometime soon. So you don't want to drop the same day or say around the time of Kendrick because heaven forbid Kendrick drops better music than you, then it's really going to be fucked at that point. But yeah, alongside that, a lot of music dropped. Benji Bluebills dropped that mixtape, 500K Degrees. It's 15 songs. The only song I know of here is 1942. So here's hoping it sounds good. I obviously believe it's going to be good, so there's no doubt in my mind. I'm going to listen to Lotto's album. Let's say this. I like Lotto. I really do like Lotto. Like she's one of those female rappers that you can't not hate because she just drops good music and she's really fucking good looking. Damn it, man. A lot of these women rappers out here look amazing. I'm not going to sit here and just speak on their physical appearance and not talk about the music because their music's good. But Jesus, when Lotto was beside Sexy Red and Coco Jones, oh my God. Or was it Flo Milli? It was Flo Milli. Boy, I look amazing. But yeah, the only person I'm hesitant to listen to is BLP Coaster because I fuck with him because I also fuck with Tron too. But I don't know if I can listen to a full album by him. But I'm gonna give it a chance today so I can give it a good listen. What else is happening? Music. Shit. Could have sworn something crazy was. Carisha or Young Miami did a Carisha Please where she was describing her how she was with P. Diddy and basically giving us that interview wherever the girlfriend of the boyfriend of the allegedly crazy boyfriend comes out with an interview and starts crying. It was a whole bunch of tears and shit, but it was I'm not saying Carisha was involved in the stuff with P. Diddy, but I would say she don't care. She doesn't care. Because at the end of the day, even if P. Diddy does go to jail, it's not going to harm her if she didn't do anything. And she's going to go about her day, still doing the same stuff, being, I don't want to say a hoe, but she's going to be one of the new age women that just goes on to the next rich nigga. And that's her. That's on her. That's not on me or whoever. But if that's what she wants to do, then I can't do nothing about it. I can't just be there oh man, she can't do that. But nigga,
Shut your stupid ass.
I don't care. And by not saying I don't care, I mean in the sense of she's gonna do the exact same thing she's always gonna do. It doesn't matter what we care about or what she does. It's gonna be the exact same. And I'm sad that I am speaking like this, but at the same time, she dug her own grave, and we can't dig her out of it. So if Carisha wants to keep living like this, and then like I said, I'm no better than the next person. I'm not a preacher, but I don't know, man. It has to be some kind of morality that you have. We saw the video with him beating Cassie and him chasing Cassie down and kicking her, which was insane already. But you take it forever to come out and speak on this. It's just it just gives you don't care. And like I said, I could give two fucks because this is not morality. Is it morality? Or damn it, what's the name of that? What's that word? Conscience. That on my conscience is on hers. And we're going to get into, we might as well get into Kalani's suspected sex cult too. I'm not saying that she is. I'm don't know if she is. This is all coming from her ex. boyfriend, and there's a whole bunch of like information that he came out with saying that how she's in a sex cult and he hasn't been allowed to see his daughter in a while, and how he was just a sperm, he was just getting used as a sperm guy, and he doesn't get a chance to really see his daughter. And whenever she goes on tour, she has the sex cult hold the baby, and none of this information has any validity on it. It's just he came out and said this. But seeing how Kalani didn't say anything about it, and I'm not saying that just because she didn't say nothing doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean like it's her hiding something. It's just like, this is something you're supposed to step in front of if a nigga say that to you or say this about you. So it's getting crazy out here. There's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, and the music game is probably part and parcel to the weird shit. And yeah, just be on the look. Just be on your P's and Q's. Even if you're not a musician, if you're just a regular person, just watch your back, man. There's a bunch of weird shit out here. And speaking of weird shit, DJ Vlad and Marlon Wayne beefing was not on my bingo card this year. So I think DJ Vlad sent out a invite to Marlon Wayne to do an interview, and Marlon Wayne is going to charge him 40 bands. And Vlad was like, I don't think that interview's worth 40 bands. It's just Marlon Wayne, which Vlad is already under heat because of his interviews and the type of interviews he do. Because if you don't know who DJ Vlad is a interviewer who interviews rappers, or not rappers, just like famous people who have like a sketchy past, or I think he interviewed like some mobsters or like some killers before. So he has certain people on there, and mainly black people. And the black people on it is telling illegal acts they do, and just having DJ Vlad just put them on the internet. And sometimes the interview goes back to like, let's say I had beef with a nigga, and a nigga see it saying, oh no, I killed it, or fuck him and his family, and he might come back to me because of what I said on Vlad's stuff, or any interview at all. But it'd be mainly on Vlad, because Vlad just lets niggas tell it all. And Vlad's also is police. There has been multitude of times where Vlad has spoken to said person, and it just felt like it was an interrogation room in there. And I think I saw him with a badge too. Like, even if it was a joke too, but him having that police badge was not helping his case at all. So it was Marlon Wayne's just dragging DJ Vlad on Twitter for like all day, which DJ Vlad, you fucked up. You're beefing with a comedian. You're beefing with a comedian, and you're not that light in the community. So you already on losing points already, because Marlon could just shoot you with jokes all day, and niggas was just gonna laugh at you and make jokes upon jokes on you. So DJ Vlad fucked up. I would have just taken my L in silence and kept it pushing, because me going on the internet and saying Marlon Wayne ain't worth $40,000 interview, then nigga, you're fucked. You're gonna get shit talked, because everybody loves the Waynes, and Marlon don't play that shit. I think even Marlon even said he don't play that shit. He had beef with Joe Budden, and if you had beef with Joe Budden, and he called it off, either you are scary, either said person he beefing with is scary, got money, or that nigga got money, power, and he got pulled, and that nigga funny. So beefing with Marlon Wayne, you're fucked on all cylinders, because he has a whole family of funny niggas that can shoot at you. So you're fucked. So DJ Vlad, you're in it for a rocky week, because them niggas is gonna slay you all fucking week. And I don't think Marlon Wayne's even stopping yet. So it's gonna be fucked up for a while for your ass, man. It's gonna be fucked up.
You ain't nothing.
But besides DJ Vlad getting dragged through the internet, Dr. Umar has sat down with a podcaster and spoke about how hip hop has damaged the community. Now, I get the main gist of what people talk about how hip hop has somewhat damaged the community, of how it spreads violence. It doesn't spread like a positive message. But I would like to challenge Dr. Umar and say hip hop has become a little bit more violent than it has in the past couple of years. But hip hop has also brought opportunities to people that wasn't able to get those opportunities. If you look well, let me take that. Let me take hip hop out. Music, how music is able to help so many people out. Let's say I get a group of guys. I'm the rapper. One guy is a photographer. One guy knows how to do audio stuff. One knows how to like businessmen. Like it opens doors and opportunities for jobs within the music genre, not just the rapper per se. Shoot, you can literally get a team of people, and all you guys do different stuff pertaining to you as the rapper. Like if everybody has like a unique gift and or hobby that pertains to you, like your music, like somebody does the artwork for it and all that stuff. Like you could build a network and you can have everybody in that group making money. So instead of just the rapper getting money and then just passing it out to his friends, everybody has a unique job in it who is also can create another job for another person. So it's an ending cycle of open opportunity for everybody to make money. Now, the messages within the songs might not be as positive, but the business aspect of it, the not business, the networking aspect of it has greatly opened up doors. But getting off my high horse on music, we're going to talk about the new Sonic trailer that came out and some news, Street Fighter 4 news that came out with some Monster Hunter stuff. So, Sonic 3 trailer is out and it looks amazing. Like, it reminds me of Sonic Adventure 2 so much with everything going on. Now, we don't see Rouge or anybody else really from the Sonic Adventure 2 storyline except the pivotal people, Dr. Robotnik, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Maria, and apparently Gerald Robotnik, who was supposed to be dead when Shadow and Maria would try to escape, but I guess he's still alive. So, looking at the trailer, you could really tell they took bits and pieces from different medias or just memes from the Sonic universe and used it, because they added the Akira bike stop. They added the motorcycle that Shadow has in Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, the teleportation kick that's in the opening of the Sonic the Hedgehog game. Like, there's a lot of stuff they did, and that's why I'm glad that the people who are making this movie played so much part and parcel to who the Sonic characters are. Even with the Knuckles TV show that people pretty much hated, it still paid homage and had some stuff correlating to Knuckles, even if it was a minute bit. But looking at the trailer, Keanu Reeves, I think Keanu Reeves is a perfect person for it. Now, it's weird hearing Keanu Reeves' voice as Shadow, just like it is weird to hear Idris Elba's, but I can tell that I'm gonna get used to the voice. Now, seeing Shadow glide on his skates, amazing. They did great on it. Poster, amazing work. Let's see what else. They might be teasing that Metal Sonic. It might be the very final baddie, or it might be Metal Sonic fused with the Ultimate Life Form, the real Ultimate Life Form. So who knows? I don't know where they're gonna go with this. It comes out in December. I don't know what day in December. They just said December, so we got like 4 months for it to come out. So Here's hoping it's amazing. I know it's gonna be amazing because the first two movies were good and Knuckles was good to me. So I already know it's gonna be fire. Now, speaking of fire, Monster Hunter dropped a hour-long hunting mission to promote Monster Hunter Wilds. Boy, that game is by far amazing. Like, I know I spoke on Monster Hunter last week. Not last week, but the last time I talked about the pod. Boy, man, that means shit compared to it now. Man, I saw so much beautiful shit with Monster Hunter. It makes no sense. Like, absolutely none. And even watching it, I was like, fuck, this is Monster Hunter? Where the hell this is where we're at right now? And it's like, bro, this shit's like, fucking amazing. Like, I'm like, whoo, even the bow guns are fucking amazing. Like, it's, all I gotta say is, I'm glad Monster Hunter Rise came out because I feel like Rise, the special techniques that was implemented in Rise, I feel like that's a normal combo in Wild. So if that's the case, I'm all for it, and that's fucking hard. Now, still sticking on Capcom, they released gameplay of Terry Bogard. Boy, let me tell you something. That nigga Terry goes so fucking hard. Bro, I don't know. I don't know what the future of Street Fighter holds. Because Terry, I'm getting a PS5 in October. I want you guys to hold me to that. I want you to hold me to that. Excuse me. Because when I saw that gameplay of Terry, I was like, yeah, I gotta play it on PS5. Like, Terry looks so cool. His fight, oh my god, bro. That game looks so, I love Street Fighter. I love fighting games. And I think, what else? Oh, that's what I almost meant to say. Black Myth Wukong's out, and it's looking really good. People are playing it. Now, it's more DMC than Bloodborne. Well, than Dark Souls. But it's still a good game. And from the videos people have been posting on YouTube, the game is phenomenal. The game is phenomenal. It does still has the essence of Dark Souls because you can leave an area, come back, the bosses are gone, but the enemies will still remain. So it still has the Dark Souls S into it. But the game is not as hard as like Elden Ring would be. But I don't think they wanted to, copy Dark Souls, Dark Souls to the T, because it's a Chinese company, and if people don't realize this, but China does get a lot of flack for copying games. Like, I think they had a League of Legends game that was just like the League of Legends characters with just different skin, and they was calling it a different name, so they get a lot of flack for that. So I understand them trying to get like this game out, because this game was out. This game was shown like 5 years ago, and we like we said, we didn't think this game was gonna come out. We thought it was a myth, but it's finally out, and it's being played on Steam more than Elden Ring did on its first initial jump. And I think Elden Ring had like 990,000 people. Black Myth Wukong had 1 million people at launch. So that tells you that like this game ain't nothing to play with. This game is something serious. If it be Elden Ring in stream plays, that tells you something. Because Elden Ring was the shit when it first came out. So this game is definitely gonna get Game of the Year, like immediately. But off of video games and the movies, let's get into the manga. So, My Hero Academia has ended. I know this. I'm like probably like 2 weeks late for posting this, and I think when this comes out, JJK will only have like 3 chapters left before this finished. So it's getting sad for my shonen reads because everything's ending. My Hero's is done. JJK's got 4 chapters left currently, but it's gonna be 3 when this comes out. Black Clover's in its final arc, and so is One Piece. Now I'm gonna start with My Hero because that was over. Now, people were shitting on My Hero, like that final chapter, like that week before My Hero that last chapter came out. Everybody was shitting on Deku because the leaks came out saying that he lost his quirk powers and he's just a regular person. Niggas was selling that nigga like he was a 9-to-5 nigga at Walmart or Burger King, but turns out that Midoriya became a teacher at UA, and the chapter before last, where literally it was him months after he went to school, got off a whole bunch of had to cut his hair because all the scars and shit. But after their first year graduation, 7 years passed. And with that 7 years, like I said, Deku became a teacher, and a new batch of new batch of heroes came about. Now, because Deku lost his powers, he couldn't fight, but everybody else could. So you saw Octo. Oh, what was that nigga? Is it Octopops? Octo something. He actually ended up being the leader of the Heteroforp.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Heteroforps. Thank you. He became a spokesperson for that because it's already been 7 years, so everybody grew up. Bakugo and everybody else is becoming pro heroes. The whole team is glowed up. And then since Deku lost his powers, he's only a teacher. But his legacy still remains because people still know what he did for the people. Because the final chapter showed this kid whose quirk was throwing plate disc out of his hair. Now, in your mind, in our minds, they're like, that's dumb as fuck. Plates. But when you have a nigga like Deku could turn nothing. Excuse me, I'm very tired. Into something. So Deku was going through, because everybody knows how Deku acts when you tell him something, he nerds out. He started smuttering and started talking to himself. And the kid was really down because people was shitting on his quirk, like Deku. But Deku gave him some tips on how he can use his abilities and whoop niggas' asses. And basically doing what what All Might did for him. Like, he gave him a sense of direction and not just giving up and saying, hey, I don't think I can do this. Like, no, you can definitely do this, man. Like, you can, you that nigga. You can do this.
Goku, you've got this. Fight.
Win.
Let that nigga know.
And honestly, that's the best message he needed. Now, with the 7 to 8 years that passed, everybody grew up. That kid that got his parents killed by Muscular, he's in UA. He still has the same hat. Erie's grown up, so they're in the same grade, I believe. Naval nigga is still a hero. Let me tell you something. When that naval nigga left 2 chapters ago, I was like, okay, is he going to come back in months or whatever? We don't see that happen, but I'm so happy we see that. And because but I'm so sad. I'm sorry I'm going everywhere, but it's just this manga is really fucking awesome. It just hurts me that it's ended. So Deku seeing everybody and like he's kind of sad because he's like, damn, I wish I could talk to I wish I could like hang out with my friends again like they used to, but he can't. He can't do anything like that anymore. So he's in school with my man's what's my man's name? Eraserhead, because Eraserhead is still a teacher. And he gives fucking Midoriya a hard time saying he's too lax on the fucking the students, which I could kind of see that, but at the same time, it's like, it's Midoriya. Like, you expect Midoriya to be lax on his students, but even still, he thinks his like life as a hero is over because he has no quirks and everybody's just going out and fighting. So All Might comes in, and I don't know. Ever since All Might fought AFO, All for One, you see his eyes more often. Like, it's not just like them dark rings like it used to be. Like, he actually has like a face and eyes. He gives Midoriya a better so for the people who only watch the anime, All Might fights All for One in his new form, but All for One has like some armor on, and he's using quirks of different. Well, he's using mechanized quirks of each UA student in the fight, and what's my man's name? Bakugo and a couple other people put some money up to fix this so Deku could have a suit just so he could fight. Because at the end of the day, Deku could still fight. Like, Deku, I think even before Deku learned how to really throw hands, he was moving all that trash out the way for his training art. So he got muscles. He's strong. He may not be putting out 120% strong, but you ain't gonna be whooping on his ass like he weak. And he got the armor. Now, there are little tidbits that I'm missing, like the chapter before last, where Deku talked to Spinner and was trying to like see Spinner's perspective. Because Spinner, it was great friends with Shigaraki. And to Spinner, Shigaraki was like a real friend. Like, they got along and they had the same views. And you could still tell that Spinner has some of that juice that AFO gave him to make him grow. And it was just like, oh shit, he could still do that. But Deku was, even though Deku got grabbed up by Spinner, he didn't falter. And Spinner's writing a tell-all book telling about Shigaraki's side of the board. Now, people are already saying they don't want it. Like, hey, we can't just be having sympathy for a murderer. Now, I love how the author of My Hero does the commentary of regular people, because it's just like real life. Like, nobody in their right mind wants to fucking see Shigaraki get this shit off. Like, no, like, and you kill like a bunch of people. Like, bro, you destroyed cities. You and your friends destroyed cities because y'all niggas wanted to be like assholes. So like, I understand why people wouldn't want to hear. Now, with Deku and Spinner getting through this whole discussion, they split up, and I think Spinner did end up finishing writing that book at the end of My Hero. But the end of My Hero, it got to me, because when Deku was with his friends about to like set up on the mission, it was like he saw Shigaraki's spirit smiling at him. And I'm like, I understand why he would be smiling for him, because Shigaraki didn't want to become that being in the first place, that monster. And seeing him smile at Deku on like on some ghostly plane type shit, honestly, to me, proved that Deku was right in his decision of what he was going to do. And that speaks volumes about who the character of Deku is. Now, to get to the main part of it, the last panel on My Hero, you see everybody in class one day. Let me tell you something. let me tell you something. Everybody in 1A 7 years later looks like a real nigga.
Stop the cap.
You can't even tell me. If you look at the final page of My Hero, every fucking character on that screen looks cool as fuck. They made the dog tail nigga look cool. They made Grape Drink look cool. They made that sugar nigga that just get muscular every time look cool. You know, bro. Now, I don't like how Shoto has his outfit. I think Shoto's outfit is still the same. But, bro, man. Bro, everybody's grown up. Now, the invisible chick is still invisible. I wish they would at least made her translucent. Whatever. Naval nigga's still there. I was like, okay, naval nigga's here. Thank God. He came back and got his shit together. I was so happy. So happy reading My Hero. And I didn't even know My Hero came out 10 years ago. So it's been 10 years since I've been reading My Hero. Who would have guessed it that I would have made it this far and kept it up? Because honestly, I keep on forgetting that some of these mangas be lasting so long. Because I'm so used to mangas just being like 100 chapters and then boom, it's ending. But now these chapters now are going for like 300 and ending. Because I think JJK is going to end before 300, which is fine. So yeah, I think a good 300 chapters, 300 to 400 chapters is probably a good basics of a story, and you can get your shit through. So hopefully the mangas I read coming up get that way, because boy, I'm not trying to lose any more manga. And speaking of losing more manga, Kishimoto did an interview saying that he's about to come back out with a new manga. And everybody in mama is scared because in his recent interview, people mistranslated it and made it seem like, because when he was describing his characters, somebody translated him talking about Sasuke's daughter, Salad, as in her new design, sexy, she's hot, but he wasn't trying to say she was sexy or hot. She was saying cool. So people were really trying to say he's a pedophile. Because I was confused, like, why is everybody putting Not Like Us on Kishimoto? But somebody retranslated the quote that he used and cleaned it up. Well, they put the proper translation, so there's nothing to clean up. But Kishimoto announcing that he's doing a new manga is weird because he's not help write Boruto. And I think he dissed them too, because if you read it, it sounds like, hey, I'm not with that Boruto. I'm not with the guys who made Boruto. I'm doing my own shit. So it's like, okay, oh, damn, Kishimoto, you didn't want to be a part of Boruto, so you're going to make your own shit. Now, the reason why people are scared is because Kishimoto had either one or two mangas that he was doing, Samurai 8, and I forgot the other one. Samurai 8 is like 45 chapters, and then he just stopped to work on Boruto. Now, this is when Boruto first came out, too. This is like first 20 chapters of Boruto. But like, Samurai 8 was pretty dope. Now, I don't know if he's going to pick it back up and finish it. But he's probably not, because it's been like years since that happened. So, be on the lookout, guys. If you're a big fan of Naruto, which pretty much a lot of people are, hopefully, Kishimoto's dropping something new. I don't know if it's going to be a hit or miss. I'm scared. So, here's hoping. But, still on manga, JJK is almost over. And it's fucking amazing. And not amazing as in I'm glad it's over. It's amazing because these last couple chapters, oh my, Nobunara's back. Bro. And she has a fucking eye patch. I told niggas she was going to have an eye patch. But in the recent chapters of JJK, we see that Yuji has brought Sukuna into his domain and tried to show Sukuna that you do not have to be. You killed a lot of people. I already know that, but you don't have to go and still be evil. We can end this now and stop this. Sukuna's like, nigga, no. I understand what you're trying to do, but nigga, I'm just evil. I'm 100% evil. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can change it. Whatever. And like, I love when people do this too. They found an old Renaissance art piece of Lucifer. Is either Lucifer or one of the angels looking over his shoulder, just like Yuji did in the manga. And it was like a 1-for-1 shot of it. And that's another thing too. That's what I was trying to say. When manga artists copy historic paintings in their art, in their manga, to convey a message, because Yuji was like, yo, Sukuna, I'm about to, if you don't release Megumi and you just be in my body, I'm just going to kill you. And I'm just going to get Megumi out. So either put up or shut up. And Sukuna started fucking, like, he started gritting his teeth because he was so pissed. Because he's like, this motherfucker is looking down on me. Are you fucking serious? Me, the king of curses? And when this was going on, Sukuna and Yuji went back to their fight and started working. Now, when Yuji is trying to break the wicker basket that's Sukuna set up, and Sukuna and him are going hand in hand because Sukuna has his forearm so he could wave hand signs and keep the wicker basket up, but he can't keep that up while Yuji is still using his curse technique dismantle while Sukuna's getting punched. And we all know Yuji's had those blood gauntlets on his hand, and we was like, oh shit, these are like some. Well, I initially thought they were blood gauntlets, but I think they're just cursed tool weapons that he was using to enhance his punches. I was wrong. So we find out that Yuji's missing 2 fingers. And the chapter before last, let me look up what chapter this is.
That's okay, take your time.
266. Yes, 266. Yuji and Sukuna are going hand in hand, fighting a good fight. Sukuna uses Gojo's brain heal technique to burnt out his curse technique so he could get back, so you use domain expansion within the domain expansion. But when Sukuna sees that Yuji is missing 2 fingers, he starts panicking because he's like, why the fuck is this nigga missing 2 fingers? And at the end of the chapter, we see the last Sukuna finger hung up somewhere. So we were lied to the entire last arc of JJK because we were told that that finger was gone. Next chapter, 277, we find out that Gojo took that last finger from Yuta just in case Yuta had to feed the Rika to activate the technique. But since they didn't know if Yuji's whole Renaissance is going to activate because of Sukuna's connection, he didn't eat the finger. So, in other stipulations too, because if he eats the finger too late, he won't be able to use it, or they would be scared. So Gojo was like, okay, let's just eat Yuji finger. But if we eat Yuji finger now, it might not be as strong, and we don't know if it's going to be stay that test of time until the fight, because we still got a month towards the fight. So Rika ate 2 fingers of Yuji when he jumped in the fray of the fight, so they can use cleave. And that's how Sukuna's like, oh shit, that's how they fucking use cleave. He didn't eat my finger, he ate the kid's finger, because Yuji has been siphoning off of Sukuna's curse technique because he could use dismantle. So if you eat 2 of his fingers, like Rika did, you could use dismantle. We find out that the girl, Yorama, the old bald man, are in the lair with the finger beside Nobunara. So Nobunara, and I said this shit so fucking many times, Nobunara's technique can do the same thing to Sukuna like it did Mahito. She got that hammer, Renaissance with the finger, blitz Sukuna. Yuji sees this and immediately knows what's going on and hits Sukuna with a black flash, i.e. knocking. Well, we don't know what happened because all we see is a black flash. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm scared because Yuji. Well, it's going to be in good because everybody's back almost. But here's hoping we get some news. Here's hoping good news still happens because we only got 3 chapters left. So you can't go too bad at this point. So, and speaking of being too bad at this point, the Straw Hats are officially off of Egghead. And with this chapter being the last Egghead chapter, we see the Straw Hat crew celebrating, and except Luffy. Luffy's sad because Vegapunk died, but Lilith told him, as long as I'm alive, all the Vegapunks are alive, i.e., I think all the data from their minds is still in her head, I believe. So as long as she lives, the Vegapunks survive. So that cheers up Luffy and puts him in a good mood. But before that, we get Kizaru talking to Akainu. And Kizaru is telling Akainu, hey, well, Akainu asks, where the fuck is everybody? How come nobody's answering the calls? And Akainu's like, everybody's knocked out. There's nobody near us, and it's just me. So Akainu's like, bro, what the fuck y'all niggas been doing? Like, what the hell? Like, come on, bro. Like, the war's, what we doing? So Akainu tells him, like, hey, man, have you ever killed a friend before? And Akainu shut the fuck up. Like, he's like, oh, fuck. And Akainu just recollects over all the time him and Vegapunk were together, him hanging out, and then him stabbing Vegapunk and being sad about it. And Kizaru's like, don't you fucking tell. Hold on. Let me directly quote this because that was a hard ass fucking quote.
Now, isn't that just prime?
If I have time to sit there and doubt me, then come over here and see my hard work for yourself, you ungrateful brat. And he's like, bro, I'm not playing around, nigga. There's fucking death everywhere. Everybody's knocked down and I killed my man. So what the fuck you want from me? And I kind of just sat there was like, I'm sorry, man. You're right. And that's the first time I've ever seen a kind of do that. Now, the reason why I feel like he's doing that is because he's the reason why Aikiji left. And it's like, man, I fucked up my friend for power. And Kizaru killed his friend for justice, Navy justice. So I understand what he's going through. So I think that's character growth for Akainu because he's still a fuck nigga, but it's still kind of cool. And at the end of the chapter, we see some guy in his hat looking towards the sea saying, I can't wait till you guys pull up. And somebody mentioned it might be the nigga that was talking to Crocus because he got the same outfit that he was talking to Crocus on in one of the cover art pages. So we don't know who it is. People say it's Shiki, but I don't know. It could be, but I think it might be Gabon, the third commander on the Rogers Pirates. So who knows? That might be him. Hopefully. But I think that's it for manga, really. I haven't been catching up with Nine Peaks. I'll recap on Kawabachi next week. But let's get to the anime because I have to fit this within a 2-hour field of mine for the YouTube. So let's get to the anime. So there's 3 animes that I'm gonna speak about. The new Red Ranger Isekai that comes out in 2025, Dan, One Piece, and Ultimate Muscle prequel. So One Piece is gonna be fast. In 2 weeks, we get Emu's voice actor, and we don't know if it's gonna be boy or girl mix. Sabu's got a new voice actor. I think the original voice actor is losing his voice and he's getting sick, so he got a new voice actor. I forgot who played. Damn it! I forgot who plays as him. Damn it! I forgot. I totally forgot. I'll recap it next week. The Red Ranger Isekai, if I read the synopsis right, it's just a Red Ranger from a different universe, just Isekai into a different universe. And for what I saw of it, it's just different. From what I saw of it, it's really fucking awesome. So I'm into Sentai Rangers because of my friend. So I've been watching a whole bunch of Power Ranger stuff. So I'm definitely into it. I might have to read that manga too. Yeah, Kikuman. The one I really gotta talk about is Kikuman, but let me get to Dandadan. So Dandadan, 7 episodes got leaked today, last month. Only thing I seen was the opening and the ending. Opening is amazing. The trailers that they've been dropping have been phenomenal, like really good, like top tier. Like next month, well, yeah, in October 1st, boy, let me tell you something. That fucking anime is going to break the ceiling, especially since they're going to the Evil Eye art. So that's a lot. I think it's like 12. No, I think it's only 12 episodes this art. Damn, so they're doing the Dancer Evil Eye arc in 12 episodes. That's crazy. That's amazing. I don't think it might be like 64 chapters. Because I think we're at like 165. And we're about to come off that month hiatus for Dandadan. So, yeah, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. I can't wait. But to the real anime I want to talk about, Kikumen, The Perfect Origin. So, Netflix dropped the Ultimate Muscle prequel, and so far there's only 8 episodes out. I'm on 6. I feel like I wish I should have read Ultimate Muscle prequel because it looks amazing. The callbacks to my memory, going back and remembering all the Ultimate Muscle fighters from the Kikuman fighters is like ridiculous. Because one of the guys who's evil in Kikuman is a great good guy in the Ultimate Muscle. So I'm like, bro, this is so fucking amazing how this anime just really just brought back my childhood memories. Because even the episode 0, when they were going through the Ultimate Muscle's father's upbringing up to him being the winner of the tournament and being like the strongest ever, I'm like, bro, all these niggas I'm looking at are the realest niggas compared to their sons. Bro, that cowboy nigga ain't shit compared to his father. In the first 3 episodes, his father is the real. I seen that nigga stop a motherfucking train. His son can't even stop a fucking dog in the Ultimate Muscle. Hell no. Fuck no. Them Kikumen wrestlers are the realest niggas ever. Fuck that. And I fully support this anime to watch. This shit was so fucking fun. I'm a big fan of wrestling. I'm not the hugest fan of wrestling, but damn it, seeing these wrestling moves and seeing that these guys are like real, seeing this show, it's really so fucking awesome. I can't not but support it. And something I found out too, that the weird looking wrestlers at Ultimate Muscle, they actually look like that because they were given the powers by God to look like that. If you take away their powers like this guy did, you actually become a regular human person. Because I think this dude who was a toilet wrestler, he got his powers taken and he's just a nigga with poop on his head. So it's like, bro, this is so fucking funny. Like I fully tell you guys to watch this because it's going to be amazing. It's an amazing watch. And before I get off, you guys should definitely watch Blue Giant. It's an anime about music, and it's literally just me in an anime how I listen to music. So it's going to be amazing watch when I watch it soon. But I think that's it for the first episode back of season 3. I really appreciate you guys taking time with me and on my journey of get my YouTube journey to start. But from here on out, every new episode, the YouTube episode will drop the same day. I'm trying to keep it on an every Friday schedule. Please, just be patient with me because I'm still trying to get all this situated with me becoming a new manager coming up probably pretty soon and all this other stuff in my life. So I'm coming. So just be on the lookout, guys. Thank you guys for watching the YouTube too. I really do appreciate it. I see the views that you guys give me. Like and subscribe on StyleBeasting, the StyleBeasting podcast, YouTube, Instagram, StyleBeasting podcast, the Instagram, same thing. But my Twitter, Ricky Savage Jr. And give me a look up and check out the pod on all DSPs. Thank you guys for listening. Hey.